Hello lovelies, this is Friend of the Fiend with Sadistic Cosplay, also known as ereriaulife glasses on Tumblr, and today I'm going to be doing a drunken makeup tutorial. Hopefully I'm not blind at the end of the video. Wish me luck. First thing I'm gonna do, I have some Mary Kay Time Wise Eye Firming Cream, which some people have said they don't see much difference with themselves. I see a lot of difference with this puffy right here on my eye, which I hate. So I'm going to start with that. It takes very little. You do want to use, on this sort of thing, anything around your eyes, because very tender, sensitive area. You're going to want to use your ring fingers because they are gentler on things, and you want to just kind of lightly dab. You want to go up and out because that discourages all the wrinklies. That dabbed in. I don't see a huge difference this time, but that's because I'm not as tired as I usually am. So, you know, maybe that helped. I'm going to start with my primer. Again, Mary Kay, little pour. This is my first foray into decent-ish makeup. Most of my stuff is just above, if not right at, drugstore quality. When you're doing primer, you just want to make sure that you get the right primer for your foundation. Water base with water base, silicone with silicone. You want them to play nice together. Okay, yeah, as Levi just suggested, it's time for alcohol. Yay! My favorite time. Best time. Foundation, again, Mary Kay. Just make sure you get what matches you. You want it to kind of fade into your face, not stand out on it. Basic makeup stuff. You want it to look like your face, not a mask. I'm going to start on my concealer. If I can find my brush. Okay, so mine, I'm using an NYC individual eyes set for my concealer. Probably wouldn't work for most people because it's extremely pale, but I'm extremely pale, so guess what? I'm using just a teeny tiny little brush. I am not sure what kind of brush it actually is. I do makeup like I cook. I just kind of use what works, even if it's not really the right tool. This also helps brighten up my eyes, which will help for later steps because Hanji has really big eyes. So, while I'm doing that, drinking alcohol time. And I'm almost out already. It makes me really sad. I'm gonna kind of hit a little bit with some highlighter, which, being as pale as I am, right now I don't really have a highlighter that is appropriate for my skin tone. I kind of have to use white, which doesn't really look the best, but you work with what you've got. Down the nose. Does not have to be a thick line. In fact, don't do a thick line because you don't want it to look really bad. I'm also going to go a little below the tip of my nose because if you're obsessive like I am and study it way more than you probably should, you'll notice that Hanji has a little bit of a hook nose. Since I don't, I have to kind of simulate that. Another place I'm going to highlight is right here under the brow bone, just really close for mine because I do have very tiny, deep set, slightly hooded eyes. A lot hooded eyes. Another place I'm going to highlight is going to be across the chin and here at the jawline because Hanji is a little bit androgynous, so I want to accentuate those areas. Whoa, that's way too much. To make myself look a little more androgynous myself. Another place I'll usually try to highlight is a little bit above the brow bone, just a tiny bit here. Oh! Levi made me another drink! Oh, sweetheart. Alcohol. Now I'm going to try to do a little shading. So I'll usually start with here under the cheeks. Kind of have a bit of a round face, as you've probably noticed. So in order to find the right place, I'll kind of make a fishy face, just... The reason I'll do that first is because that takes the more tricky placement. I'll do the standard 3 to try and shade my face, make it look more interesting, give it more depth in pictures. So that's it for that part. Now the nose. Nose, you know. I'm going to use a much smaller brush for this because this is very delicate work. If you get too much going on here, it's going to look really unnatural and kind of really gross. So where this is going to be a more femmy version of Hanji, I'm going to go a little gentle. As an added bonus, if you have a crooked nose from childhood breaks like I do, this can help straighten it out. I'm also going to do a little bit of a shading here and a tiny bit here to make my lips look fuller and plumper. So, some people have beauty blenders. Some people have all sorts of fancy things to use for blending. I don't have those things because I have not gotten one yet, so I have a specific brush that I use just for blending. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it's what I've got. That always takes me forever when I'm doing this. The eyes. As I mentioned before, I don't have ginormous eyes like Hanji does, so it takes a lot of work for me to get something that looks like it. What I'm going to use for this is really cheap eyeshadow. I've had it forever. I really need to get rid of it, but I don't have any more brown right now. Don't do that. Don't be me. Don't be me. As you can see, eyebrows make a huge difference because I look like an alien on this side, and on this side, hey, I look like a person. More alcohol. Oh, that was strong. Oh, it's really good though. Oh gosh. Oh vodka, how much I love you. This is the part where I'm probably gonna poke my eyes out. At the very least, I'm gonna make an ass of myself. For everyone to see. Congratulations. You get to watch this shit. My mascara right now is just CoverGirl Lash Perfection. Really shitty, cheap mascara. Where my eyes are kind of hooded, I have to keep them half lidded while I'm doing this. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with polka dots all over my brow bone. All I'm doing is the top lashes. And you're probably gonna look at me like I'm stupid, because what kind of sense does that make? It will make sense later. While these dry, I'm gonna have more alcohol instead. More booze. Whew! Recently went to Sephora, and I got the Kat Von D. It's fantastic. I got bored and doodled a little star on my arm. Despite working food service and having to wash my hands like 35 times a day, it wouldn't come off until I found my makeup remover and scrubbed myself raw. So this stuff is fucking fantastic if you're going to be going to a warmer con and you're afraid you're going to sweat your makeup off. I can't see straight right now. Everything is as blurry as shit to me right now. As I'm doing this, when I get to about here, where my eye starts curving back, where they're so deep set and they're so hooded and they're so small, I need to make the illusion of having larger eyes. So instead of following the lash line down, I'm going to follow the line of my lash that curves up here, out and up. So, again, leaving my eyelids half-masked, looking stoned to shit, because otherwise it's going to smear all over me. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the other side. If you want to laugh at me, feel free. I laugh at me all the time. So does Levi. Don't you, Levi? That looks like utter shit. More booze. I keep forgetting it's extra strong. God, Levi, why do you do these things to me? Dear God, that looks so shitty. I'm too drunk to fix it. After I got my shading in, I really should have set this. So, the same set that I used for my contouring and the same set I'm going to use for my blush, which is my second step that I forgot, is a Sephora contouring set. What I'm going to use for setting is I'm going to use what's supposed to be the highlighting shade and a really big brush. And I'm going to use the blusher shade, same Sephora set, and I'm only going to put that here at the corner of my cheekbone. Upper lids are dry. I'm properly set. I've got my blusher on, which I still am kind of pissed at myself for forgetting. I am slurring, ladies and gentlemen, and ungendered people. This is again Kat Von D, but instead of using the black, I'm going to use the espresso brown, because I don't want as stark a line for this. I have really small eyes and Hanji doesn't, which I've covered like 14 times already, I think. In order to create the illusion of it, and this works particularly well in photos or with a glasses wearing character like Hanji is, which I don't know what I've done with my glasses. I'm going to draw a false lower lash line below my actual eye. If I fuck up, you're just gonna have to overlook it, because I can't tell what I am and am not are not grammar. So I'm just going to take this extended line that I drew and I'm going to use that as my base. That's going to be the corner of my new eye. If you think it's hard to get wingtips the same angle and shape, try drawing a whole goddamn other lash line. Wow, I tried to put that lid on backwards. Alcohol. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, interweb, for making me think of that. I'm going to take a little bit of what I'm using as setting powder. I'm going to go ahead and dab that into that lower line as well, just to make sure it stays where I want it to stay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to break out a white eyeliner pencil. What I'm going to do with this, not only am I going to line my lower lash line to give my eyes more size, I'm also going to outline my upper lash line to give me that crazy mad scientist Hanji look that just... After you get that part... Wow, that went blurry. After you get that part, you're going to go ahead and do your lower lash line as well. If you need to take a break or blink, please do, because the last thing you want to do is blink while you have this in your eye. It's gonna stab you. It's gonna hurt. I've done it. Don't do it. It's time for more alcohol. Oh no, I'm out. Oh no. Oh, thank you, Levi. Yay, alcohol. Oh, it went up my nose. Levi makes really strong drinks. Lovelies. If you ever want to get pissed drunk, just ask Levi to make you a drink. This little empty bit between where we've done the white eyeliner and our fake lower lash line, we're going to color that in with white. Jesus, that burns. I'm just going to kind of paint that in. Pictures, I'm gonna want my lips to pop more, because yeah, they're kind of naturally pinkish, but you don't want them to wash out. The rest of your makeup can look gorgeous, but if you leave one part out, it's gonna stand out, and that's really all people are gonna see. So I'm just gonna take just a basic chapstick and just go over my lips like normal. And then if I'm gonna do like pictures, like if I'm going to a photo shoot or something like that, I'm gonna take something close to, because you know it's not really a makeup heavy era for SNK, but not as pale as my natural skin tone. I want something redder. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use my blusher shade again, and I'm just gonna use my fingers, just kind of get a little bit there on my finger and just dab it over my lips. The chapstick will make it stick on there. The powder will make it less shiny. So they work really well together. You don't have to worry about doing perfectly shaped lips. Just follow your natural lip line. You're gonna look great. Because you know what? I don't care if you're using a yarn wig and a Walmart Halloween costume fabric. If you're out there and you're happy and you're having fun, then you know what, motherfucker? You look great. Wig time. I have my wig here. It is a very back-heavy wig with the clip on it. I don't really have anywhere to keep this clip right now except for on the back of my wig. So in order to keep it from tipping over and falling against the wall and jacking itself up so that I have to recomb it every time I wear it, I have my wig head on a water bottle. I keep my wig on here with a needle. That keeps it from sliding back, but please make sure that if you use this method, you remove the needle first, because needles in the scalp really fucking hurt. I know this from experience. I'm gonna remove the clip first, because, again, the clip makes it heavy, makes it very, very back heavy, and you want this thing where it's supposed to be before you put that on there. Right now, I don't have a wig cap on. I've just got this bunged up. I'm not really going to fight with that so much right now because this is just a demonstration. If you're doing pictures or GIFs or anything of that nature, please do use a wig cap. It will keep your natural hair where it's supposed to be. So you're going to want to put that on there. You're going to want to line it up the way it's supposed to be. When I'm putting the clip on, I kind of have to shrink down a little bit when I'm in the mirror and just watch where it goes. Unless I have assistance from Levi and Aaron, they'll tell me if my hair's on straight. It's probably super crooked right now. Too drunk to care. One thing you can do to keep it in place, if you have toupee clips, fantastic, great for you. Use those. If, like me, you don't at present, bobby pins will help. If, again, like me, you don't really have those on hand at present, what I've had been using is spirit gum to glue this to my head. Unfortunately, this has left a layer of makeup and spirit gum on the inside of my wig, which is really gross. I don't recommend that method except in emergencies. That, your glasses of choice, which again I'm having to steal Levi's because I don't know what I've done with mine. I don't usually actually wear glasses, so I'm going to be blind as a bat when I put these on. There we go, Hanji makeup. If you enjoyed this video, please watch Air Pirate E's drunken Levi makeup tutorial video. It's fucking hilarious. If you like Air Pirate E's videos, watch all the other videos we have on this channel. We're funny. Come on, guys. You love us. You know you do. I do plan to be on the channel more often in the future. I'm just teensy bit camera shy, so it took up some effort to work myself up to it. Anyway, I've gotten a taste for it now, so you'll be seeing a lot more from me. And love you guys. See you soon. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good shit. I'll see you next time.